have noticed that I was lucky enough to invite 4 very attractive ladies into my studio. I'm just a lucky guy some days. Okay, I had to bring a guy in here too. John's here too, but he's a nice fellow. We'll let him stay with us. He's taking pictures and videos and all kinds of things. But the reason we have all these folks in our studio is to talk about the United Way of Greater Waterbury 211 Literacy Initiative. It's a lot of information we're going to get to here, and I'd like to welcome Aaron Dorman to the studio. Carol Belforti. Welcome. We're waving at each other, folks. Just so Joanne Reynolds Belanda is with us from the United Way, and the lovely Kristen is with us, Kristen Jacoby. Just to make sure we say all, just to support, for moral support, and maybe we'll swing the mic your way. Because you are welcome to WATR. So this is a great thing. This is the United Way of Greater Waterbury working with United Way of Connecticut and 211. To raise awareness about job training opportunities, which we need so much today, referral services that are available to those here in our area who are seeking employment. This is really a great opportunity to help people out. So it looks to me that you are ready, Aaron.
Yes, I'm ready.
You are ready. I can tell you're at the center mic and you're ready to help me with this discussion. So welcome. Good to see you.
Well, thank you for inviting us. I think this is an important initiative on behalf of United Way. Carol and I are co-chairs of the Income Impact Council, which was created based on community communication that told United Way this was an imperative that had to be addressed. So Carol and I have been co-chairs for, how long, Carol? 3, 4, 5 years, it seems like forever.
Yes.
Very important. We have a great group combining public sector employees and private sector employees of various corporations in the community. And I think we're really excited because I think we have one of the solutions that is lacking in the community to try and connect people with all the great programs that are out there for job training, for job search, and that is the 211 initiative.
Now, 211 is already in existence, isn't it?
Yes.
I can't recall, I may be wrong on this, I can't recall so much information about job and unemployment, etc., coming from 211. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're correct. I think this is brand new. It's a pilot that we just started. And I believe, I was just speaking to Joanne before we went on air, since July we've gotten about 37 referrals to the 211.
Wow.
And what they do is an individual will call in and they'll be directed to a specific specialist who will direct them to the right resource. I think the problem is with a lot of people who are seeking employment, the frustration level can get high. There's a lot of programs out there, but a person needs to be directed to the correct door.
Yes.
To enter into, whether it's a person who needs some literacy skills, whether they need to be directed to literacy volunteers, or maybe it's a person who's underemployed, who needs some skills training, or a person who's worked in the workforce for years and years and been laid off and now needs a new career direction, a dislocated worker. So I think it's important that the person go to the correct resource that's available to them. And this specialist will be there to do that for them. And then also she'll follow up and they'll give us some important information of where we need to go.
And can you imagine when that person connects with the right information and a new door is opened and perhaps a life-changing experience occurs, which is what you want for an outcome, but that's just such a wonderful thing when that happens, especially today. It's tough, very difficult, with the economy just kind of banging along at such a slow rate and the unemployment rate staying high. It's so important to try to help wherever we can because there are opportunities out there if we can just find them.
Yeah, that was enlightening to us as we looked through the data that was coming through. Waterbury and the surrounding area is suffering from unemployment much more than the rest of the state.
Yes.
Has been, continues to be. And what we're finding are that when there are jobs, oftentimes the workers or potential workers don't have the skill set, math and science. There are minimum requirements now that you must attain. And so some of this going to 211 is to direct you, to set expectations, to advise people there may be testing, there may be retraining required, but our goal is to get you into a good job. So that was very important that we communicate that at the front to avoid someone getting upset or saying, you know, I didn't understand I had to do this.
And this 211 Connect is for resources available in the 10-town Greater Waterbury community, which is served by the United Way.
That's correct. It's a statewide resource. I mean, it's accessible from anywhere in the state.
Toll-free.
Toll-free. They're multilingual. They can address any language. They're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's a live person that you're talking to, someone that can listen to your situation and begin the process of helping you find that right resource to help.
And Joanne, how is United Way helping with this initiative?
Well, United Way has developed several strategies that will address this employment training issue. And, you know, as Aaron and Carol have said, a lot of it is about coordinating the services that are already in our community so that people get the right service and can move ahead. United Way is funding this opportunity with 211. So for the next year, we're going to take a look and see what does this mean for our community. Are there barriers that we can recognize through this that will help us develop an enhanced system for people? And what can we learn from it? And at the same time, we're connecting people to the correct services. So
important, yeah. And it's as easy as 211. Absolutely. We're talking about 211 Literacy Initiative with my guests today in studio on this Thursday morning. We have Aaron Dorman, Carol Belforti, and we have Joanne Reynolds-Belanda, and so far quiet in the corner over there, Kristen Jacoby from the United Way of Greater Waterbury. You do so many things with the United Way, and you touch so many lives. And we're about to start another fund drive for the new year. It's a continuing need, it's an increasing need, and this is one more level, very important level, Kristen, that I can see that you're doing here with the 211 project.
absolutely.
What do you foresee? Do you have goals in mind, and do you have outcomes you're hoping to retrieve from this program?
Well, the ultimate goal is to be able to connect people in the greater Waterbury area with jobs. Ultimately, this is about obtaining a job, a good job. So I think as we track this pilot program, we'll be able to see whether it is effective. It seems that the initial information that Carol gave us shows that the word is getting out. We really haven't done a lot of media or communication, so this is great. I think the more people that discuss the 211, it will be a better result. So we're asking people, talk to your family, your friends. If you're in church, talk to people. So many of us know folks that are unemployed or underemployed, that the more we can get this information out, the better. And also our corporate partners, we're asking, put the 211 initiative in the corporate newsletter.
Yeah.
As easy as that. Put up some posters around the board in the cafeteria. So our hope is to get the communication out. As people get into the 211 system, our goal is to see some positive results with ultimately employment.
Right, and I think we've talked about too is really that financial stability, knowing that you can then really you can provide for your family and provide those real necessities of those basic needs.
So very important. And who are your community partners in this initiative? Some very important partners I see here.
Very important. We have in the Job Search Training and Career Development, Connecticut Works, Northwest Regional Workforce Investment, Opportunities Industrialization Center Board, and of course State of Connecticut Department of Labor, which Carol is affiliated with.
And then also not to forget Literacy Volunteers of Greater Waterbury and Waterbury Adult Ed, which is really great, I feel, is that we got all these partners to come to the table together so we can coordinate and get the word out there. There's a lot of good things going on with these individual partners, and we need to let people know what's available to them. I think when we first started on this initiative strategy about 3-4 years ago, we'd bring a lot of speakers from the greater Waterbury community to the table, and we'd ask them what's available, what's out there, and we kept coming back, well, we don't know that there's all these great training programs and subsidized employment and transportation programs going on. Let's get the word to the people who really need it. And I think just by bringing these partners together, that's the greatest, best step. And now we're taking it a step further with having a specific person, a specialist, who you can call to get the information.
These are terrific partners, so very active in our various communities, and they have so much knowledge base and employment base too, I believe. So this is pretty exciting. We're talking with our guests about the 211 Literacy Initiative right here at 1320 WATR. We'll be right back. 25 past the hour, 9:25. Tom Shute here with you at WATR. Joanne Reynolds-Belanda is with us, Aaron Dorman, Carol Belforti, and also over there in the corner, Kristen Jacoby. We're all talking about the 211 initiative, a very important initiative brought forth to us here by the United Way of Greater Waterbury. There are interesting statistics we should know about as we wrap up this interview to help us get the scope of what the 211 initiative can do.
Yes, one of the reasons that United Way of Greater Waterbury took action was the sobering statistics that we have. Unfortunately, when we look, the median household income in our area declined 6 out of the 10 towns we serve, including Waterbury. So since 2007, household income severely declining. All towns except Prospect saw a rise in unemployment between 2008 and 2011. And unfortunately, Waterbury labor market, every time I look at a statistic, it looks as if Waterbury is at the very bottom of the state. And unfortunately, children under the age of 18 living in poverty in Waterbury rose from 23% to 32%. So these are sobering statistics that caused us to take up this, line of, the project initiative, and we're very hopeful that the 211 project will result in greater employment in the area.
Yeah, Waterbury and the other major cities in Connecticut always get hit hardest, it seems, when there's a downturn like this. And so this type of program is so important to help people, as we've been saying. Now, if people after this interview want to know more, besides just dialing 211, I assume they can contact the Greater Waterbury United Way?
Absolutely, yes. They can contact me at our local office here in Waterbury. And our United Way is what we refer to as a community impact United Way. Our board of directors has worked hard to identify the issues that are critical to our community and to take our very precious limited resources and focus them on those critical issues under education, income, as we've been talking about this morning, and also basic needs. And we know that in order to be an effective community impact United Way, we really need to work with the right partners at the right time. And you can see through this initiative, we've got committed partners that are really helping us move the needle on this particular issue. So we're really encouraged that we're going to see some great results from this.
Certainly hope so. It's a marvelous idea. Is this happening in other parts of the state as well? So it's a Waterbury breakthrough type thing?
This is this particular slant on it. United Way of Connecticut 211 is doing some initiative work with other United Ways around financial stability in the Hartford area, I believe, and New Britain. But this one is really more focused on employment training and those resources.
Will you be getting extra help with job leads, employment leads, resources to help find those leads?
Well, that would be the 211 specialist. I mean, there is so much information. That is the problem, is trying to go through all the programs that exist. So I think that if a person calls 211, they're going to be very surprised at what's out there.
Also, we've asked all of our partners to make sure that the information that the 211 specialist has is updated.
Yes. There's
a lot of brand new initiatives that have just come out. The Step Up program, which is a training program. There's also a lot H1B training, and it's important that the specialists know where these programs are and how to direct the person who's calling in.
So one of the major pieces of this is when you get to call 211, somebody will be there trained to help you get to the right information. Mm-hmm. That information is available to you, and hopefully really can change your attitude and your life and help you and go in the right direction. Because so many of us don't know what's out there. just don't know what services are available to us, right? So this is a great idea. And is it's available right now?
Yes.
Yes.
When did the initiative begin?
July 1st.
Oh, so it's brand new.
brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new.
So that's so awesome that we're able to bring this information to the public so soon. I believe it's going to be on your website any moment now for additional information. And also, as you said, you can call the office. And what's that number again?
It's 203-757-9855.
Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Kristen, you've said so many things. I don't know what I'm going to do about you. I really appreciate
It's
the fact that
uncommon,
you're here.
but-
Well, it is uncommon. But you know, you came with a great panel and you wanted them to tell their story, and I appreciate you're here with us. You also knew it was Portuguese Roll Day.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, actually.
So Barbara Davitt hid the rolls, but I know where they are. I know where the rolls are hidden on the way out. So thank you for being here. It's a wonderful
Thank you so
initiative.
much.
Thank you, Tim.
And maybe as you compile statistics after a while, we can do a little bit of an update to see how things are
That'd be
going.
wonderful.
Great.
That's great. And we have a new drive starting soon too for the United Way. Right, it's almost that time. This is the month. September is the month.
September is the kickoff. September 12th.
12th is the kickoff.
Kickoff,
Very
yeah.
good. 9:30 in the morning. This is 1320 WATR. Barbara Davitt's coffee break is next. Thanks again to our guests for being with us today, and hopefully our listeners out there learned about this initiative, and it'll help listeners and friends and family of those listeners. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for coffee break.